A very good day to you. Welcome to Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Jedel Kabir. So glad that you're joining us for political conversations. Conversations which I hope will help us make informed decisions even as we're progressing towards this year's polls. Just a few days to go, a couple of weeks to go. I'm joined by Herman Manyora, a political analyst. Sir, how are you doing today?
Good.
So much to talk about. So much is happening.
A lot is happening.
But this week has been full of drama now. IEBC versus National Police. National Police responded to IEBC because they had arrested the Venezuelan citizens. IEBC said these were unlawful arrests at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. Prof, you've seen this story. They say they have stickers.
It's on Twitter and everybody is castigating Azimio, Uhuru and the police.
Yeah, tell me, what do you make of this story? Because IBC says this is unlawful. They say they had already explained to the National Police about these citizens.
A number of things come out, but let me just isolate one or two. One is dangerous sycophants, or sycophants if you wish. Men and women who are educated, who should know better, are talking like boys they left in primary school. I've been arguing with my friends on Twitter and they know what I'm talking about. Yeah. The second thing is, you can see people do not understand the meaning of country. Everything you do, you must put your country first. Because there's nothing that can replace your country. It's like your mother. I'm seeing people who want to sacrifice country and what country stands for on the altar of politics. It's about elections, 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 and not about Kenya and the Kenyans, the pride of a country. Which country in the world anybody can just enter the way they want? And there are no protocols at the airport. Migration department counts for nothing. Sababu we ni mzungu, ingia tu. Sababu ulikuwa unaleta election material, then whatever you did is nothing. The police there have no role. The immigration officials are nothing. The police are nothing. Nobody's anything because a foreigner mzungu amekuja na at the airport. So amezuiwa. So let me explain what I mean. These guys came in. They are carrying election material. Okay? In their luggage. Bags you use. When you travel, you are allowed about 43 or so kilos by most airlines. Hiyo ni yako. Hapo ndio umeweka material elections, surely. And the people who have gone to school. So now, and you have not even declared what you are carrying. You know, at the airport, you must declare what you are carrying. So as usual with the customs and immigration, they look at these people, and they look at what they are carrying, and then they ask themselves, this looks like material to be used in the election. Who are you? Who are you? How can you be carrying election material in your handbag?
I'm saying, but Chebukati says...
No, let me finish, then you'll ask a question.
Explain.
No, then I'm coming there. How could you be carrying election material in your handbag? Let us assume it was not even in the handbag. It was luggage. The question is, have the players, IBC, airport, police and the rest, have they agreed on a protocol? Yes. That anytime election material is arriving, the various players will be notified. That is airport officials, immigration, customs, police, and IBC. Were they notified? Not at all. Yeah. How do you know they are not notified? Chebukati said the first reaction before this letter, and that's why I tell them, and I've told them at a high level, please employ a communications officer. Director of communications, you don't have. You'll come out badly even if you are innocent, if you are a Marijan CEO or Chebukati chairman, just because you don't have a director of communication. What did he say? When the word went around that people had been caught, foreigners had been caught with ballot papers, it was all over the media. Chebukati dispelled the rumors and said, no, they were not ballot papers. They were stickers. Yeah. And we have now explained, IBC has explained to the police and the airport official. Now they know, so the issue is over. Kumbe, they were not released, I think, immediately. So that letter that now came at night, saying the people have been arrested. What do you read from what I've explained? One message comes out clearly. by Chepkati's own admission, because he said they went to explain to the police at the airport. Yeah. They went to explain, which means the people they are explaining for didn't know. They didn't have prior knowledge. Okay. And the Kenyans can go on social media blasting the police, blasting airport officials, blasting the government. A foreigner is coming in with election material in their hand luggage or whatever, in their own personal luggage. And an election can send down the country, surely. Now, if you look at the explanation from the police, the one you are trying to read, it is as simple as that. There is protocol. If material is coming, who should be told? Why are they sneaking into the country?
From the police, as per standard procedure and arrangement with IEBC, were not notified of such import beforehand to provide necessary security and escort.
Yes.
Who's to blame here now?
IEBC.
IEBC.
It's IEBC. And I don't even blame Chepkati. I don't blame Marijan. They don't simply have a communication department. Because management is communication. The two pieces of communication from Chepkati, anajikaranga na mafuta yake. Because he's telling the country, I went to explain to the police. You are going to explain to people who should have known from the word go. And they are carrying election material. And an election can take the country the wrong direction.
Seems like Kenya Kwanza has run away with this. This is Dennis Itumbi on Twitter. Said deep state panics as William Ruto numbers point to a major win, an absolute whitewash. Dear deep state, leave IEBC alone. The win has nothing to do with IEBC or technology. It's the people and our God. Tumejipanga, tumesimama imara. Freedom is coming.
That's the kind of foolishness I'm talking about. You put your country first. This is about Kenya, not Itumbi, not Ruto, not Raila. Itumbi is a young man. He's even yet to have a family, will have a family. This is about his children and his grandchildren. It's not as simple as he thinks. Elections ban countries. Elections put countries into problems. This is not about Ruto. It's not about Raila. It's about Kenya. Put your country first. Imagine a situation where foreigners are entering your country with election material in their handbags, in their briefcases or whatever it is. And nobody at the airport knows about them. They don't know they are coming. Until the election officials, the electoral body IEBC, comes to tell the people who should have known, the police, look, gentlemen, leave these people alone. These things they are carrying are ours. That's an awkward situation. These sort of things can cause chaos in a country. So people like Itumbi, I just laugh at them and I sympathize with them. I also tweeted and I responded, I told Itumbi. So deep state has now known that you people are winning. It means you are, all along you are telling us that those numbers were not there. So they have now they are there. So that, unless you don't know English, that means now you have the numbers. Because now deep state has noticed. Because they were not there. So ile ground mlikuwa natuambia ni gani? Ni gani? You know, again, when you talk, you must know what you are talking about. So, but my concern, Jad, is one. We only have one country. For most of us. In fact, for all of us. It used to be that the rich can run away from this country. But two things have shown us that may not be the case. 3-4 years ago, the immigration crisis in Europe demonstrated this very well, that people are willing to lock out foreigners from their countries. We saw those cases where even children were facing barbed wire. They can't enter another country. The migration crisis in Europe. That's number one. Number two, the corona pandemic. What did it tell us? You can find yourself fixed in this country. Were people not fixed here? Were they moving? So this is the only country you have. Love it. Campaign. Support your candidate. Wish for victory. But never wish your country away. Because without your country, even if you became president of which country? If there's no country. Even if you became governor of a county in which country? Because the country has gone to the dogs. So we must always moderate what we say. And let us not defend stupid things. Things that can destroy a country. No, we should not. And let us not abandon our reason and our thinking. Because Because I've seen on Twitter, people I respect highly, people who should be helping this country navigate in such a dangerous times. They are talking like another boy from the streets. No, this incident, this thing has made me a little annoyed.
For the police, they say they have released the suspects. They have taken the IBC material
Yes.
to the Independent Electoral Boundaries Commission. Now there's this politics of this all.
Cheap politics. Don't call it politics. Stupid politics.
Does it reflect on the ground? Does it help in any way? People like Grand Mullah saying that this is the office of the president is involved. Do people read malice in this? And this conversation we have of Raila being a state project.
It goes down to what I've said. Grand Mullah. Who is Grand Mullah? Is it a small person? These are people who should be helping this country to navigate through these hard times, these difficult times, these challenging times. A word from Grand Mullah holds for so much. It means a lot to many Kenyans. His tweet, one tweet, means a lot. So I'm asking him, surely, even if you support UDA, must you descend to those levels? Do not descend to those levels.
But
No.
those levels, the levels
I'm not asking everybody to be as objective as me or better than me, but I'm just asking them to be sensible, to know those of us who occupy some space in the public space, occupy some position in public space. What we say is very important. We may not know it. Grand Mullah may not know it. Itumi may not perhaps know it. But he occupies a space that can build or destroy this country. Because what comes from my mouth, Manyora, Grand Mullah, and the rest of us who have access to the public is not anything you can play around with. What we say can be very dangerous or can build the country. It's not about your support for an individual.
There was this headline by Nation, I think, over this week, making of an opaque election.
Yes.
Are we in that situation when you see these kinds of IEBC importing things and the government doesn't know?
I don't want to say IEBC is doing things in darkness, but I think, I suspect, assuming they are innocent, then they are naive. Because if they are innocent and they are not naive, they should know the meaning of communication, of talking to the country, to the people, to the players, because this is a sensitive season. Don't do anything in darkness. Involve everybody. Let the people know what's going on. You remember the first set of ballot papers to come. Nobody knew, even the commissioners. They were in the street bombers. They thought, please, let's go and receive the ballot paper. They were even being taken by surprise. Commissioners. How much less political parties, political players, citizens of this country, voters. It is not good. I raised the flag 2 years ago. I asked the Kenyans, are we prepared for this election? Should we even think about postponing? Postponing was just to provoke them into thinking, into bringing that conversation at the center of what we are doing as a country. People called me all sorts of names. I was a subject of discussion and ridicule. Today, people have been calling me, texting me, telling me, Manyora, you saw this thing. We pray for a good election. Peaceful. Where the winner has won fairly and the loser has lost fairly and shakes the hand of the winner. That's what we pray for. But should things go wrong, then people remember what I told them.
Should Kenyans prepare for something different?
Like what?
Like we are hoping for the best, but should Kenyans expect?
Because you see, if they mess this election, then you go to petition. Then the Supreme Court throws away. Then they are the same people. Then Chebukati is leaving early next year. Then you are doing that. Because you can go the third, fourth round. Because Raila didn't participate. Why? Chebukati had not done anything to convince anybody that the election will be different. So even if there's a repeat election, it will be the same people, the same manner, and somebody will go to court and they will succeed. Because now it will be Raila and Uhuru perhaps now going to court. So they will also succeed. So then we are in January or February for a third election. And Chebukati has just left and the two other commissioners, 3 of them have just left. So we must start recruiting. We can be setting up ourselves and Uhuru could be lucky. He could just enjoy. Anakaa to State House. Anapiga kasoda pole pole tu.
Still the president.
Anakula nyama choma kidogo, anaambia please bring me steak. Leteni lunch staki, taka steak leo. Na kawaini juu yake anamwaga. For 2 years. This is what we could be getting into.
Well, we just hope we don't get there.
Let's not end there. Let's end on a positive note. That we pray that we have peaceful elections, and that we support IEBC. That's where we end.
We're in the delivery room, you say?
Yes, yes. Delivery room, the baby must be delivered.
We do have these conversations. Again, thank you so much for tuning in into this political conversation. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Click the notification bell so that once a new video comes up, you become the first one to view it. By the way, thank you for supporting our live conversations. We don't take it for granted. Have yourself a lovely rest of your day.